Welcome to the show. Speaking Smashinese. Let's get started. I appreciate everyone who's here. Anybody who's walking with me, please hydrate a little. If you're walking outside before you go, I leave my water bottle, but hydrate a little. I start every show the same way, guys, and that's letting all of you know and reminding myself that happiness starts within the self, and that the foundation of that is fitness, exercise, taking care of yourself. So I saw that there are at least none that I can find podcasts. Thank you. Podcasts that are outside of the comfort of a studio, that are done in real time while exercising is happening. And that's what Speaking Smashinese is all about. Our topic for today: the avoidance trap, ignoring red flags. Hopefully, by the time we're finished our session, if you're exercising with me, and please let me know down in the comments if you're on YouTube, I'd like to hopefully address the tendency to rationalize or minimize concerning behaviors. Good morning. Concerning behaviors in a relationship. All right. Often due to fear of conflict or wanting to believe the best in your partner, wanting to believe the best about your partner. Okay? It seems all good. It seems great. Seems harmless. But you must be careful. I'm going to discuss the importance of early intervention and recognizing unhealthy patterns. And quick disclaimer, guys, none of what I say in any of my videos, podcasts, episodes is intended to be professional advice. You have issues, go see a licensed therapist. Please, this is purely entertainment, but I really am walking, and I really am your walking buddy. And you don't have to pay for me, all right? But we're going to talk about those, about early intervention and recognizing unhealthy patterns. And what would be my thesis for today? What's your thesis, coach? Simply introducing the concept of red flags, although I know everyone who's listening knows what red flags are. But I want to talk about the warning signs that something isn't right and deserves attention. Okay. We live in a social media age. But even prior to now, April of 2026, we hear about red flags. You couldn't tell? Man, you couldn't tell? Girl, you didn't notice? So we know what red flags are. But in order for you to be a better you, and for me to be a better me, it's not about challenging your ability to notice or identify red flags for you, right? Because all of us are unique and different, okay? I don't drink. If I notice someone has to go to happy hour after work every night, that may not be a red flag for someone else that drinks alcohol, right? But don't invite me, I'm not going. And if you go, we are incompatible, okay? Daily drinking is a red flag for me. Smoke with me, it's a red flag for me. I don't smoke cigarettes, I don't smoke weed, I don't do it. If you do it, I don't judge people. But if you meet somebody and you do these things, no red flag, right? You guys have chemistry. You guys have something in common. That is fine. For me, it's a red flag, okay? So don't pull out a blunt. Don't pull out a Black and Mild. Don't let me come in your home and smell cigarette smoke. Somebody there is smoking, and I'm not judging, but I really can't proceed with the relationship because those are red flags for me. So, we got that out of the way. We know how to identify red flags, right? Things that should be, think of a red flag if we we'll say the red flags are warning signs, right? Actually, early warning signs, okay? Hopefully, it stands out and you recognize, wait a minute, if I don't address this thing right now, this could be a problem for me in the future, okay? And if you're on the podcast, guys, remember, I am walking. This is why my breathing is labored. This is why I sound like this. And perfect timing. This is why on occasion, you're gonna hear a crotch rocket go by. All right? Little stream here. So if you're on YouTube, just a little bit of what I'm seeing as well. All right, as I'm walking. But we know to look for things that are potential problems. But today's conversation is about addressing you, me, your friend, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, the tendency to rationalize or minimize concerning behaviors in a relationship. Okay, Coach Sumo, what the heck does that mean? That means you see the red flags. You recognize that there are things that you should be concerned about. But you reason with yourself. You rationalize with yourself and tell yourself, it's okay. It's okay. Because things are going good. she's great in the bedroom. He is a great provider. He appears that he's going to be a great father. I'm going to stop and do some push-ups, guys. And I don't want to mess all of that up. My friends like him. My mom likes her. Blah, blah, blah. But this is not good. This is a bad thing. You are taking on something that you should not be taking on. Let me get these push-ups out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, this is 20 push-ups. We did 200 yesterday, so this is a light day with push-ups, but still letting my pecs, triceps know that I am the boss and I dictate what they're going to look like and how strong they are going to be. Okay. I get it. It's inevitable. Somebody is bound to hit me up, to email me, or to comment that they are simply non-confrontational, right? I get it. I'm the same way. Somebody's going to say, yeah, I could address that, coach, but nobody's perfect. You're right. No one is perfect. However, this whole concept of red flags exists for a reason. And I want you to understand that when you ignore red flags, when you ignore early warning signs, you are diminishing your own emotional health. You are negatively affecting yourself. You really are. People don't want to admit it. People don't want to acknowledge it, but you really are harming yourself. And in doing so, you're decreasing your ability to be there for this partner that you either likely shouldn't be with in the first place, or you need to sit down with and have some good old conversations, some good old talking and listening sessions. But red flags aren't contrived. Red flags aren't faked. Okay? Red flags, just like the genuine good things you see in a person, they're real. So if you can accept that on occasion your partner will fix you breakfast in bed for no reason, and no, you don't deserve extra credit just because it's a holiday or birthday, Valentine's Day, okay? Society made sure you remembered, and you're just assimilating and copying off of what everyone else does. But if you can recognize genuine sweetness, genuine unselfishness, thoughtfulness, just somebody that really, really puts you first, then it's imperative, guys, you must also be able to recognize the negative things about that person. You must be able to notice the red flags. You have to be able to not only acknowledge those things. Now, you'll see them. So maybe I shouldn't say notice. You'll see them. And initially, you'll feel a certain way about those things. But then, either because you're being lazy, foolish, too loving, or yourself, because you're non-confrontational, right? You will let those things go. You'll let them slide. You will tell yourself, well, he did say he came from an abusive relationship, abusive family. She did say her uncle abused her. Listen, everybody listen clearly. I empathize with anyone who goes through abusive situations, especially abusive situations that involve family members, teachers, clerical leaders, pastors, priests, whatever. I empathize. It's bad. It's ugly. It's atrocious. But is it really my responsibility to suffer? Am I destined to suffer because you haven't moved past certain bad things in your life? And it might sound harsh, but I want to be happy. If you're with me, I'd like to make you happy in any way possible, any way that I can. How can I do that if we have this permanent wedge of your father cursing you out too much or punishing you too much, too viciously, right? Because as a child, it does seem vicious sometimes. But there are people that you would be more compatible with. I'm not saying that people that went through something traumatic, that they should be alone, okay? I myself am a veteran, okay? I was a field medic, all right? Field doctor in the military. Listen, I understand trauma. I understand pain. And I understand being alone, right? In places that are unfamiliar to you. And the effect that this can have long term. Years, decades, okay? The rest of somebody's life. But this is why you need to make sure that you are compatible with the person that you're planning on dealing with. You need to make sure that you understand you and how you are built. you need to make sure that, let me get some more push-ups in real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yes, you can comment on YouTube in Spanish. I do speak Spanish. So, yeah, I know trauma is real. But understand this. You get to choose who you want to be with in life. You get to choose who you want to be intimate with in life. And I don't care how many other things appear to be right. I don't think it would be a healthy relationship, right, if I get into a relationship with a woman who smokes, and I tell myself, man, she's beautiful. Everything else, that's the curse word right there in today's topic. Everything else about this person is great. Everything else about this person is perfect. Oh my gosh. This is my dream girl. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. And then you proceed to add in your prayers, just help me to understand this person's addictions. Help me to be able to cope with this person's addictions and vices. Help me to make this person the real, true person I want them to be. Nope. I think heaven, the spirit world, the universe, whatever you believe in, is going to wave a giant celestial red flag right in your face. Do not try to change people to fit what you want in a partner. And that's not even the worst thing, right? Because that's not our topic for today. Do not see things that give you pause, or see things that make you nervous, or see things that turn you off. They don't floss. Their breath is, I don't know, not as fresh as you'd like it to be. They suffer from not acute, but mild halitosis, right? These are things that you can deal with. Well, you know, some woman says she's 5'1", and she says, I like tall guys. I want a guy who's taller than 6'1", 6'1" or taller, right? And then she meets someone, and he is perfect in every way. but he's 5'7". He's 5'11". What she doesn't realize that even 5'5" is tall to her. But that's a different story for a different day. But a man's height is not a red flag, okay? Someone's height is not a red flag. Someone's race, ethnicity, complexion, to a degree, body weight, right? Now, someone's morbidly obese, the red flag could be they simply don't care about themselves. How are we supposed to have a family? And where's the compatibility between the two of us? Unless you're one of those fetish people and that's what you like, live your life. After all, I'm just some guy on YouTube or a podcast, right? What do I know? Because I don't know you personally. But for you other people, you also need to recognize things that are just superficial, meaning things that don't really matter. They're on the surface. But if you have a knockdown, drag out, cursing, calling people out of their name, argument with someone before you guys are even official, or even in the first several months and you are official, people, men and women, I'm talking to everybody, this is a red flag. If someone does something that is antithetical to good health, meaning not good for human health based on common known scientific knowledge. But when you meet them, they justify. Somebody who chain smokes tells you, yeah, my grandfather's still alive. And you know, men usually die before women, but he outlived my grandmother. He's 91. I only smoke a pack a day, and he smokes 2 packs a day. Okay, this person is justifying something that A, you don't believe in, and B, your common sense. You know that this person's grandfather, assuming they're telling the truth, right, is an anomaly. That person's grandfather is an outlier. That person's grandfather is an exception to the rule. And let's not even say all of that yet. Is that person being wheeled around in a wheelchair with an oxygen tank? Okay? Are they dealing with every cancerous lung disease known to mankind? Like, you have to get the full story. But either way, let's assume they're fine. Let's assume that 91-year-old grandfather can outrun you, outlift you, can do more push-ups and cartwheels than you can. That's fine. Likely, they're a genetic anomaly. They are mega blessed for some reason that only God knows. However, that's not a reason for you to give this man some type of past. It's not a reason for you to try to reason with or rationalize the things that they do, because it was a red flag, right? The things that they're doing, because you're going to see that for the remainder. Good morning. You're going to see that for the remainder of the relationship, okay? So, red flags exist for a reason. Can we say that? Red flags exist for a reason. There's nothing good about them. You take a quick pause. I've completed about a mile of my walk. If you find any value in a podcast like this, please hit the like button, smash the like button, assault the like button. That's the only good assault there is in this world, right? Subscribe to the channel and share this with somebody that either needs a free walking buddy, okay? So if for nothing else, if you don't like anything that I'm saying, if you can tolerate my voice and you at least want enough information from me that you can jump in the comments, right, and dispute everything I'm saying, subscribe to the channel and listen to me. Give me a chance. But my whole goal here is to get people to understand that you cannot be that star significant other, that star mom, that star dad, that star friend, that star exceptional sister or brother, or cousin or aunt or uncle. I might as well just go ahead and say pet owner, okay? If you do not take care of and get to know yourself, you should know your strengths, you should know your weaknesses, you should know your triggers, you should know what you want. But guess what? We have to grow, right? And this is why I say in some of my videos, bad things are not all bad. Bad things that happen to you. They're experiences, and they help you realize, I don't like that. I don't like this type of people. So I'll look for these things in the future when I'm meeting new people, or when I'm talking to someone else, or talking to other people, or I'm dating. So whoever hurt you, or wronged you, or deceived you, lied to you, played you, tried to play you, took advantage of you, stole from you in the past, they also, yes, they hurt you, right? I acknowledge that. But they also did you a massive favor by giving you an experience that you can learn from. So if you don't take anything out of what I talk about in the 30 minutes to an hour that you're walking with me or exercising with me, at least acknowledge that I'm right about that. Experiences are not always positive. As a matter of fact, the people that chase experiences, pleasurable experiences, well, I don't care. If you work hard, go on vacation, travel the world. I'm going to Jamaica. I'm going to Sweden. I'm going to Alaska. These things don't mean anything, guys. If you like it, you like it. But if you don't, you don't. You're not less of a person because gallivanting around the world, traveling around the world is not something that you find happiness in. And that's not something that you want to do. Okay? And a lot of times, the people that do this, not everybody, hear me out, the people that chase adrenaline rushes, people that chase fun experiences and excursions, those people typically have a lot of other unresolved issues in their lives. Okay? You have to be able to recognize that at the onset, right? That's when you meet someone. You have to be able to recognize, whoa, these are red flags, and I need to make a decision now. I'm not going to apologize for this person. I'm not going to excuse this person. And it's not all right. This does not mean to judge people. Let me say that again. I am not telling any of you to judge other people. I'm just saying that your problems, your vices, your baggage doesn't necessarily have to be mine if I don't choose for those things to be. I can still like you. We could still be friends, right? I don't get all into the personal business of all of my friends. It's their life. I don't want them to be hurt or abused. So I might occasionally throw some advice out there or some suggestions, but that's their life. And all of us deserve to live our own lives, which is something else I hope you take from my videos. I'm trying to advocate taking care of oneself, both physically, mentally, emotionally, right? But you do what makes you happy. Some more push-ups, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. So, I was saying, before the push-ups so rudely interrupted us, you do what you want to do. Okay? Because before anything, I started my podcast and my channel for myself, for accountability. It's easier for me to get through these walks that I may not feel like doing if I'm also imparting some, good morning, how's it going? If I'm also imparting some knowledge onto you guys, right? Because I'm also reminding myself of the things that I've learned, okay? It's impossible for me to do these videos and not check myself at the same time. I don't want to fall into a trap of doing what other men do, right? I want to read my partner. I want to observe. I want to know what she likes. I want to know how she likes for me to kiss her. I want to know how she likes for me to touch her. I want to be open-minded enough for her to tell me anything. Because listen, I meet so many, oh my gosh, people, women, right? That there are many things that she would do because she wants to do them with the right guy. But fellas, I'm talking to you right now. She is with you. And not only are you jealous, but you're also closed-minded. Okay? You have that woman living in fear. Yeah, true. Maybe not physical fear, right? But she knows that if she says the wrong thing, that it could be over. The relationship could be over. Or it could cause an argument or a heated debate. I don't want any woman that I'm with to feel this way. And I'm not going to go into detail on YouTube because I want to stay within the policy guidelines. But I want everybody to be careful with the demon that we all have free and clear daily access to, and that's social media. And I say it that way because people on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, they can start a platform free of charge. But not everybody is someone you should be listening to. Not everyone has even what I consider the lowest credential, okay, which is common sense, experience. And I'm talking about relationship gurus right now, guys, okay? If you haven't been in a decent relationship, how are you telling someone how to be in a decent relationship, how to make their relationship better? You don't know. If you are not the apple of someone's eye, how can you teach someone how to be the apple of someone's eye? If your partner would rather spend a weekend at home with you as opposed to spending a weekend at a resort with his or her best friends, stop giving people relationship advice. I want to be wanted. I want to be considered. I want to be loved. I want to be adored. But I only want all of these things if the person recognizes that I deserve that crap. Okay? Because all they're doing is reciprocating. It's a big word. If you don't know what it means, it just means they are returning the favor. They are doing for me, to me, about me, with me, whatever, that I am already regularly, daily doing for them. It's important. And there's nothing wrong with a girl's trip or a boy's trip. So please don't take what I just said out of context. What I'm saying is if there's a choice. I'm not making anybody stay home. If you want to go, you go. I'm your partner, not your boss. I don't have a jealous bone in my body. I trust you. But someone who is not trusted will never say that they trust someone else, their partner. Someone who can't be trusted is the person who likely will not trust you. All right? Someone who's insecure, which could be your doing, right? It could be your fault. It needs to be addressed. That's what this whole podcast is about. Addressing you. And when that happens, oh my gosh. Happiness is a given. All right? Look at life right now. Gas through the roof. Lies in politics. Pedophiles. Running the world. Okay? Nobody cares. Nobody's doing anything about it. Food, groceries, expensive. Every single home in the United States of America is at least 45% overpriced. 65% in some places. Things are bleak. Things are bad. If you have children, I don't know what the next generation is going to do. I really don't. But we're going to talk about these things in future episodes. I'm trying to get used to this format, trying to get my feet wet, get comfortable. I appreciate anyone who's still listening. If you exercised with me, if you walked, let me know in the comments. And let me know where you're from, guys. Okay? What city are you in? What state? What country? I want to know if anyone is getting what I'm trying to build here. I know it's different. And the hardest thing about building something new is that most people don't even know to look for it. So I'll struggle, okay? But even if I get one person to walk with me on a certain day and they let me know in the comments, actually, I might just cry, right? Because that means I got through to somebody. And it's so, so important. With that said, I'm going to sign off. I will see you guys in the next one. Be safe and be happy.